Purdue Pharma, a privately held company, was founded in 1892 by John Purdue Gray and George Frederick Bingham. Based in Stamford, Connecticut, the company initially focused on laxatives and antiseptics. The Sackler brothers, Arthur, Mortimer, and Raymond, purchased Purdue Frederick in 1952. They transformed the company into a pharmaceutical powerhouse. Arthur Sackler, a physician and marketing genius, pioneered direct-to-consumer advertising in the pharmaceutical industry. He believed in aggressively promoting drugs to both doctors and patients. His tactics proved highly successful, turning Purdue Frederick into a major player in the market. The Sackler brothers' business acumen and Arthur's marketing prowess laid the foundation for Purdue Pharma's future success. It also set the stage for the company's controversial role in the opioid epidemic. The family's legacy would become intertwined with the rise of OxyContin and its devastating consequences. In 1996, Purdue Pharma introduced OxyContin, a powerful opioid painkiller. The drug contained oxycodone, a semi-synthetic opioid, in a time-release formula. Purdue marketed OxyContin as a breakthrough medication for chronic pain, claiming it was less addictive than other opioids. This claim was based on limited scientific evidence and proved to be tragically false. The company's marketing emphasized the drug's 12-hour time-release mechanism. Purdue claimed this feature reduced the potential for abuse and addiction. However, crushing the pills easily defeated the time-release mechanism, leading to a euphoric high when ingested or injected. This flaw in the drug's design contributed significantly to its widespread abuse. Purdue Pharma employed aggressive and misleading marketing tactics to promote OxyContin. The company targeted doctors with lavish gifts, all-expenses-paid conferences, and biased educational materials. These efforts aimed to convince physicians that OxyContin was safe and effective for a wide range of pain conditions. Purdue also funded pain advocacy groups and professional organizations. This funding influenced pain management guidelines and encouraged the overprescription of opioids. The company downplayed the risks of addiction associated with OxyContin while exaggerating its benefits. This misleading information had a devastating impact on public health. A nation grappling with opioid addiction. The aggressive marketing of OxyContin, coupled with its high potential for abuse, fueled a dramatic increase in opioid prescriptions and addiction. Millions of Americans became hooked on OxyContin and other prescription opioids. As prescriptions soared, so did the rates of addiction, overdose, and death. The opioid epidemic has had a devastating impact on individuals, families, and communities across the country. It has led to a surge in overdose deaths, overwhelmed healthcare systems, and strained law enforcement resources. The social and economic costs of the opioid crisis are staggering. Purdue Pharma facing justice and fallout. Purdue Pharma and the Sackler family have faced numerous lawsuits and investigations related to their role in the opioid crisis. In 2007, the company and 3 executives pleaded guilty to criminal charges. They were found guilty of misleading the public about the addictive nature of OxyContin. Purdue has agreed to billions of dollars in settlements with state and local governments. However, critics argue that these settlements are not enough to compensate for the widespread damage caused by the opioid epidemic. The Sackler family, while facing legal scrutiny, has maintained their wealth and influence. The long shadow of the opioid crisis. The opioid crisis continues to cast a long shadow over the United States. While prescription opioid use has declined in recent years, the rise of fentanyl and other synthetic opioids has exacerbated the problem. The COVID-19 pandemic has further fueled the crisis, leading to increased overdose deaths. Addressing the opioid epidemic requires a multifaceted approach, including expanding access to addiction treatment and recovery services, implementing stricter prescribing guidelines for opioids, cracking down on the illegal distribution of fentanyl and other synthetic opioids, and holding pharmaceutical companies accountable for their role in the crisis. The legacy of Purdue Pharma serves as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of corporate greed and misleading marketing practices. The opioid crisis is a complex and evolving public health emergency that demands a sustained and comprehensive response.